Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Games for Crowds How To. If you're keeping score, this is the third video, and I think it's one of the most important ones as we are introducing customization today, and I'm very excited for it. I'm Petros, and I will take you through the process of customizing the games that you've been introduced in the previous videos, and we're gonna do it very thoroughly. And we're gonna start where else in the Games for Crowds webpage. So as you can see from here, we've been here before. If you click on the games and you select any of these games that you want to play, you can see the green button, which allows you to play instantly. And we have done this in the past in the previous videos. And then you have the customize first. We haven't clicked that yet. So what does this do? Well, this takes you to the wizard website of Games for Crowds. That is the wizard.gamesforcrowds.com. And as soon as you click it, what you see is, of course, a login page. And from there, you can, as soon as you log in, you have to have a Google account to log in. As soon as you log in, you are then inside the Games for Crowds customization website, and this is what you see. So as soon as you click on the customize first, or if you type on your browser wizard.gamesforcrowds.com, that's the same. You can use both ways. You log in, and this is what you see. So this is the customization website. This is the wizard. This is basically the Games for Crowds platform. And from here, you can play all of your games. So, what can you find in the wizard? First of all, we see that the first thing you can do is start a new project, which means start a new game that you will customize to your likings. And that's the dashboard. So you also have different things here. You have Meet Oz, which is a video. If we click on it, we see that there's a video, and you can see different things that you can do with AI. Then you have Discord, which I suggest you come and meet us in Discord if you have a Discord account, or you can go back to the Games for Crowds website. Now, of course, we want to start editing games, but I want to first introduce you to the webpage so you don't have any questions. Apart from those two links, the Discord and the website, on the left under the contact, you also have email, so you can send us an email directly. And on top, apart from the dashboard, you have the projects, which, of course, all of the games that you create are stored. And right now there's no game here. There are no games. This is a new account to simulate what you will see when you start your new account. There are no games in the accounts. Then you have statistics and the store. These are basically under development right now. And on the right side, on the top, you have the account options where it can take you back to the dashboard or to the projects. But then you also have the billing, which will be starting on January. Early in January, we will start the billing, so you will be able to buy subscriptions depending on what you want to have in the Games for Crowds. And again, of course, up to 50 players per game will be free if you choose to play instant games. And of course, the settings here I'm not going to click on that now, but very few settings there, just changing the name of the organization or adding more not players, no, more accounts more users in your account. That's a correct way of putting it. So you can invite more people from your company to have access and customize the games. Let's go and check, because that's our target is in a very few minutes to show you how you can customize games, and that's very quick and very easy, but there's so many things I want to show you. So let's go and click on the new project. This is where we choose which game we want to change and customize before we offer it to our client and the players. So we have all the games here, the same games that you have in the website, plus the tools, which are also on the website. Let's go and check the quiz, because there are so many things here I want to show you, but the quiz is the first one I think that I want to show you. It will help me with the translation and everything. The quiz is selected, and then you can select the title to name your quiz project. I'm going to go with quiz 1 and create it. And there you have it. You have the game. This is the default version of the game, like the one you would play if you play instantly from the website. But this is the preview, as you can see here, of the game. You're not supposed to be playing on the preview. What you do when you have your game ready, you deploy the game. So here on the top right, we have more options. We have deploy. We'll see it later. You have the options of the game here. You can edit it, which we're doing it right now. You can duplicate it, so you can have a copy of it, or you can delete it. And then on the right pane here, we have the AI chat. This is Oz. He introduces himself to us, and in a few words, you can see what you can do: translate, change the logo, edit the app title, and so on. And he will do that for you if you ask him to through the chat here. And there are so many more that this tool can give you. And this is why I wanted to show you the quiz. We're going to go very quickly into some of these things that Oz can offer you. On the left, sorry, we have the preview. As we said before, this is the main screen that you would see if you would play the game. Then you have the config, which is a bunch of HTML coding. I'm not very familiar with programming, but let me tell you this: you shouldn't be intimidated by this, because most of the things that you see here, or maybe all of it, you can change it without even touching it, just by asking the AI to do it for you. This is the configuration of the game. As you can see, this is default, and it has default questions. So 10 questions here. You can tell these are the questions through this code. What is the capital of France? And then options, text, London, and they're false. And then the true is Paris, of course, here, and so on. So you can basically understand how this is programmed, but you don't need to know anything about programming to change things. Then you have translations. You have the title, which is quiz, and that corresponds to the title of the game. And sorry, I wanted to show you more so you can understand what happens here. So you have the lobby. You see, it says welcome to quiz, read the rules, blah blah, all these things. This is the lobby. This is what you see here: welcome to quiz, read the rules, and so on. So everything in the game is in the configuration, and then all the colors that you see, sorry, are and the sizes of the fonts and whatever are in the theme, which is another part that, of course, is a bit confusing if you haven't ever had any knowledge on programming. But again, you don't need to, because you can change everything with Oz. So let's go and see. First of all, the last two options, you can pop out a preview, which means it gives you a bigger screen of the preview here, and then you can reset the whole thing. So it resets everything back to default if you click that. So don't click that if you want to keep your customization. Now let's see what we can do. First of all, let's talk to Oz and treat it as a tool, but you could talk to Oz as if it was a human, I guess. So what I want to ask him first is, what can I change in the game? Because yes, he introduced himself, or it introduced itself to us, but not fully. Let's see what we can really change in this game. So he's, or it, oh my god, imagine in a few years we won't be able to tell the difference, but it prepared a text, and that is, we can change the images, logos, and logos on the dark theme and on the light theme, which we can change here from this switch. Background music on the lobby. Yeah, that's it. And in the game and in during the finishing screen, three different music themes we can add. Meta information, the email and contact URLs and so on, things that we want to share with our clients. Time settings, how much time a question will be shown, how much time between the questions and so on. Team names, which right now we see it's red and blue. Questions, we can modify the questions, of course. And translations, we can change language of the whole game. And host and player messages. This is the host message here, and the player messages are a bit different, and they're shown on their screens of the players' phones. All these we can change them very easily through Oz. So let's go and change basic stuff. Let's start with let's make this game a themed game. So a themed quiz. Let's make this a quiz about how about NBA? Why not? Let's go. And what I'm gonna do is I want to change the names first. So of course I could go and pick like two NBA teams or two NBA player names for team names. But right now, let's say I don't know anything about NBA. So what I want to do is I'm going to ask Oz to do that for me instead. So instead of giving Oz a name or two names for the two teams, let's ask Oz to replace the team names with NBA themed names. Let's see what Oz will come up with. Okay, I'm going to apply the patch. Oh, so we have Lakers vs Celtics, which if you go back, I think in the late 80s, that was the time that Lakers and Celtics were all the time in the finals fighting. So I do know some things about NBA. So it did that very easily, and it chose two team names from the NBA. I'm gonna keep it. I like it. And let's go now and change those 10 questions that we have in the configuration that are totally irrelevant. They're general questions. So let's go and make them all NBA themed. So replace all the questions with NBA related subjects. It will take some time. As you can see, it writes all the questions and everything, programming everything. And as soon as you have that, you are basically ready to go. So it took me what, a minute, 2 minutes? I'm applying the paths, and now you already have a 10 questions game about NBA with the teams playing as Lakers vs Celtics. Of course, you can change that. You can even change the color of the team names and so on. So right now, let's see. Let's check the questions first of all. As you can see, questions. Well, now you can see it says who holds the record for the most points scored in a single NBA game. Blah blah. Which team won the NBA championship in 2016 and so on. So all these are questions, and right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 questions, which is less than what we want. So let's add more. So we're happy with these 5, but add 10 more. No, it's going to take time now. I just want to show you. So add 5 more questions in the game related to NBA. So you don't even have to do research and create your own questions if you're just making a game with general knowledge or a specific subject. Oz will go out and pick questions according to the subjects and the database that we have. And it's huge, this database. It's a lot bigger than my knowledge and anybody else's anymore. So 10 questions now are here, and all of them related to NBA, which is great. So let's go and change something else. What can we change? Oh, yes. So let's change the logo. Right now, the logo of the game is Games for Crowds. That's by default. And what I want to do is I want to change the logo. I want to try something. It doesn't always work, depends, but let's see. So replace the logo of the game with the official NBA logo. Let's see. Ah, we have a broken image. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Sometimes the AI Oz will find the image, the correct image online and bring it in and put it there. So I wanted to try. Sometimes it works, some not. But we can always attach a logo. So I'm going to attach a logo from our Christmas logo here, since it's very close to Christmas. If you're, of course, watching this video later, well, it's been recorded during Christmas time. So as you can see, it already understood that what I wanted to do is change the logo with this image here, and it already proposes to replace it. So it already created the paths. I didn't even have to ask it to do it. So I can only, I just have to apply the paths. What we have to do is maybe make this logo bigger. So I can go in the theme. I can show you how you can edit things also in the theme instead of using the AI. I can go in the theme. As you can see, there are titles here, logo height, and so on, dark mode color, and so on. So I'm gonna go and change the values here from 1.25. I'm going to make it 2.5. So the height is now doubled. Let's see what this looks like. As you can see, it's bigger. Of course, we can make it a bit more bigger. So I'm just gonna make it 4 and see how this looks. There you are. Now it's I think it's okay. And with the same way, you can change the position of the QR, make it go lower and so on. But I think we're fine for now. What I wanted to show you is how easily you can change names, you can add logos, you can add questions in the quiz, and so on. And oh, by the way, one last thing I wanted to show you is how easily you can translate this. So now we have this game, it's in English, all the questions in English, the screens are all in English. So let's make this, I'm gonna make it a Spanish version. So translate the game into Spanish. Depending on what you ask Oz, sometimes you will have to be more specific. So let's see what we achieved by just being very general here, translate the game into Spanish. I expect it to be 100% spot on and translate everything, the questions, the messages, everything. Let's see. So for sure, the first screen is translated. Let's go and check the questions. So the questions, as you can see, they're not. because I was not specific enough. It translated the game, which means everything that the player sees on the screens, the player screen and everything else, as you can see here. So the player screen is also translated, and the start and so on. So it didn't translate the questions. So as I told you, sometimes we need to be a bit more specific. So also translate the questions into Spanish. And of course it will do that without hesitating. And as soon as this is ready, we can check that, and then we're going to go and deploy the link to check the actual game. Wait for a few more seconds. Okay, almost there. It's for sure a lot faster than my translations, so there we are. Okay, we can't see it. I'm sure it translated. We will see it when we deploy the link. So right now we have a game ready to be played. So what's the next step? Well, if you click on deploy, all you need to do is get this link, which is the link of the game. So copy that and create. There you are. So this is the game now. And as you can see, everything is in Spanish, even the buttons. So let's go and see how, and if, as you can see, the questions are also translated in Spanish. So let's see if it works. Of course, right now nobody's playing. I'm not answering any questions, so it just gives us time, waits for us to answer. Of course, no one is answering. It takes all the time, all 15 seconds. But as you can see, everything works. We have Lakers vs Celtics here in Spanish, and that's how easy it is to customize games. And of course, there are so much more that we haven't shown here. Just wanted you to see, just to scratch the surface and see what you can do with Oz. So what I suggest is log in to our Wizard website and check it out yourselves and create projects and experiment, because it's all about experimentation when you have AI. Of course it works. Of course it will do whatever it asks you ask it to do on the games, like the logos and the team names and so on, translations, whatever we have asked it in the beginning. And you can experiment because there's much more coming up. We are all the time upgrading the system. So that's all from me for now. Keep playing. I'll see you in the next one, and thank you for watching.